My name's Bri, I'm an author. I live here in Sydney in my 2-bedroom apartment and I would love to show you around. Follow me. Oh, can you take your shoes off for me? Thank you.
Hey Bri, great to meet you. Can we start with those books?
Yeah, let me just put these down.
So who's your favourite author?
I don't have a favourite author, but my favourite book is Great Circle by Maggie Shipstead.
And your favourite musician?
My favourite band is Amyl and the Sniffers. Amy Taylor is my personal hero, absolute icon.
And I can see you organised by colour. Did you have that giant bookshelf while you were renting?
No, this is a custom job by a local woodworker called Nathaniel Gray. I designed it in 2021 with him so that it would fit the exact height and depth of a standard format book, and then with a big row at the bottom for all my art books. An absolute splurge and worth every cent.
Yeah, very cool. Then how did you go from renting to buying?
It was the height of COVID lockdowns. The real estate market dipped for like a hot 30 seconds. This place was across the road from a COVID testing centre. You needed a tetanus shot just to look at the bathroom. The kitchen was illegal. Nobody else wanted it. Bingo. I love it here. We've been here 5 years now.
And you've obviously got a lot of books. Any tips for storage?
Well, actually, I think people should be more willing to let go of their books, and I often am. So over on News and Reviews, which is my newsletter and like a community reading space, we have a book exchange and I'm constantly giving books away there. My personal sort of professional and artistic hero, Charlotte Wood, talks about books being like a river out in the world, and if you're willing to let go of them, you will get them back. And that has been my experience.
And has the size of your space impacted how you live in any other way?
Well, I have a theory, which is that humans are like gases and they just expand to fit whatever space they're allowed to. Being in 60-something square meters means we need to be really specific. Things can only come into the apartment if they are very useful or very meaningful and beautiful, and I actually love living that way.
Pets or no pets?
Absolutely pets. This is Judit, she's 3.
I love the light in this room. Are authors like everyone else and call their final file v2.pdf?
Maybe, that's funny. But I actually trained as a lawyer, so mine are named properly. It would be seed _ manuscript _ date month year _ BL version 002.
I hear you wrote your last book by hand.
Yes, I did. These are notebooks that I remember having and learning to write in primary school. Do you remember you would put the A in the middle line and then the L would go all the way to the top, the G would go all the way to the bottom. So I wrote the first draft of the manuscript in the middle line, and then I went back and did my edits in the lines above and below. Labeled them like 1 till 12, and that was that.
So organised.
At one point in time, I was storing them at my office space where I often go to work, but then they flooded over the weekend and I thought I'd lost the whole manuscript. That was very, very stressful. So I brought them all back here to the apartment and now I keep them safe here.
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea. And what's that behind you?
Yes, this is sort of a naughty habit that I picked up when I was researching for my first novel, The Work. There's a character called Pat who works for an auction house, and I started going to the auctions and I got absolutely addicted to buying vases. The rule is supposed to be that I'm not allowed any more than can fit in this cabinet. That rule is not currently working. But my dream Saturday is that I wake up, I go to the fake farmers markets down the road, I buy a ton of whatever's in season, I put on Amyl and the Sniffers, I put on AC/DC, I have a little rum on ice, and I arrange my flowers. It's all colours, it's all textures, no words, smooth brain, just vibes.
So you've clearly done a bit of work on the place. When did you renovate?
We did the kitchen last year. The kitchen when we bought this place was diabolical. It had to be custom because it's such a tight space. Chose this beautiful blue. The final touch was getting this spice rack custom made, which I absolutely adore. Everywhere I go overseas, I do lots of cooking lessons and it's a real joy for me. Your tea's ready. There you go.
Thank you. And have you got any kitchen hacks?
I am borderline evangelical about celery jugs. If you buy your celery and you just chop a couple of centimeters off the bottom, put cool, clean water in it, and then put your celery in a jug on the counter, it will last for like a week or two. It might even grow. You're going to enjoy your celery. You're going to get a lot more out of it. You're welcome. I also love this huge, beautiful chopping board. that I just brought back from Indonesia. It is softened and seasoned with years of high intensity use. And I also adore this beer opener. Everybody thinks it's a gavel. It's not. It's just really good at opening beers.
Well, yes, that is a very important job. Quick pop quiz. Who's your ideal dinner guest?
That would be Tina Brown, who was the longtime editor at Vanity Fair and who is just a genius and I'm sure would have the spiciest stories.
Describe yourself in one word.
Idiosyncratic. This is a map of where I went to Antarctica in 2023. It's an exact version of the map that was in the bridge on the ship that I was on for a month.
Amazing.
And it reminds me of that ground adventure that I used to research and write my novel Seed. And my mum is a fantastic painter and she painted this beautiful image of the two birds and also that one which has a lot of meaningful references to mine and my husband's life.
And so the other room is the bedroom? Wow, you've got some super quirky decor in here. What's your favourite piece?
I've got to tell you about this lamp. It's by the local ceramicist and artist Millie Dent. She made them years and years ago and I said to myself that I was allowed to get one if a book of mine got published overseas. That only finally happened for me this year. Seed will be out in French, in France, in like 2027. I absolutely adore it because I love things that skirt that fine line between good taste and bad taste. I have a lot of two-piece sets. So two-piece sets and suits, which I'm very passionate about, go here, skirts, dresses and singlets, and then t-shirts, shirts, jumpers and vests, and then formal wear on the far left.
Very nice. Okay, if you had one more thing to show.
Yes, I want to show you a portrait that we had done of Judit when she was a puppy.
Ah, cute.
So the amazingly talented musician and artist Rainbow Chan painted this picture of Judit when she was 9 months old, and I absolutely adore it. And I also love this picture that my husband drew with a pencil on paper of he and I and Judit on a train with her ears flapping behind her in the wind.
So cute.
Speaking of which, I better take that dog for a walk. Can I have my cup back? Thank you. Judit! No response.
Thanks for having us, Bri.